last line we're through. I know this sounds silly. I remember when I was in 7th grade. First time I ever really started seeing girls. Just realized they were around. I remember this one little girl on the bus that I was pretty sweet on. And every evening, as she got off the bus, she would drop off a little love note in my lap. Well, you talk about king of the hill. I was doing great until I remember I took them home, and for some reason, one note, one night I put it under my pillow, and Mom found it the next day. That ended my premature love life. My point of it is this. I want to do this before tonight, or tomorrow. What if you and I wrote a little love note to Jesus? Just write a little love note to Jesus. Tell me your heart. It might focus us. The preacher, that's silly, what it probably is. But I want to tell you, we need to focus on the fact that we're supposed to love Jesus. And I'm afraid we've lost it. If we fall in love with Jesus, if we come back and love Jesus with everything in our hearts, I tell you, He'll take care of all the other stuff. I want to challenge you. Maybe you don't have to share nobody. Maybe you want to write us a note to Jesus and tell Him how you love Him, why you love Him. Take care of your Bible. Be reminded. Thank God that you're here today. And God bless you as we close. Let's bow together for a closing prayer.
Arnold?
Yes.
I have something I'd like to say.
Okay.
It's testimony and then also a praise report.
Okay. Okay.
You know, we've missed a lot of church with Mother and Daddy. Charles and Juanita Justice is my parents. Some of y'all might not know that. And they're in the nursing home now. But during all this time that Daddy has been down there, and we've been caring for my parents for a year and a half, Danny and I have, it's been hard. It really has. And lately, with doing all the running to get the papers I needed to get on my Medicaid, all this business that you have to do, you know, because of the properties and everything. And with all of that, I know God helped me. And I know God led me every step of the way. And then Dale was real sick for a good month from right before Christmas. And with all of this rush and concern and running and doing this and doing that, I'm not bragging on myself, but before all this, you can ask Dale, I would get up. After letting the dog out and doing what I needed to do, and I would go straight in the dressing room. That's my special place. And I got a computer in there and a desk. That's where I read the Bible and pray. That's my place.
Right.
Sometimes I'll go in there and I'll be in there 2 or 3 hours. Reading the Bible, praying, then go on reading emails that I get from pastors and different organizations, you know, like daily devotions. And Dale's even said, "Huh, why do you stay in that room for?" And I've told him, you know, and he said, "Well, if I had to do that to be a Christian, I don't know if I ever be." And I said, "Dale, you don't have to do that to be a Christian.
Right.
That's what I want to do,
Right. so
I can grow and be close to God."
Yes. Right.
Well, with all this busyness,
Right.
and I've drifted before, but I have drifted, you know, and we'd be busy, and I'd get up, and I wouldn't go in there in my room and do that. I listen to Christian music. I would even listen to Charles Stanley and other preachers, but that wasn't the same. It's not the same if you don't get that Bible out and sit down and read it, because God speaks to you through that.
Right.
And
Yes.
so and I knew this, and you said this morning, I knew I had left my first love. I had let all this other stuff, and I gradually got to where I wasn't doing it every day. I'd go a week to 2 weeks sometimes without actually reading my Bible. And I'm ashamed of that. I mean, I really am. But I knew God's faithful,
Right.
and I knew that He would help me, even though I was failing Him. And He did. But a couple of weeks ago, I come to the point I had to go in the bedroom, or in that room, my special place, and pray and ask God to forgive me. And I wrote Him a letter.
Amen.
And when you said that,
Wow.
I wrote down to Him how much I loved Him and what He had done for me all these years, all the miracles, you know.
Right.
I mean, He has done miracles for me and for my family, my children.
Yes.
And
Thank God.
I was praying for Mother to be on Medicaid. Daddy is on it. But with all this other, they come to the house and they told me that there's 4 things you have to qualify for to get on Medicaid when they screened Mother at the house. And Mother fit them off the first 3 because she was weak, couldn't do certain things, you know, and so on. The last thing she said was medical. And medical is having to have constant care of some sort, you know, or real often, like 2 or 3 times a week having something done for you.
Right.
And she said, I don't know if she's going to make it with that. Said, I'll push it, but that might be the one thing that she won't make it in, because she wasn't having to see a doctor on a regular basis to be able to make it. Well, with the property that they had, that made it hard too.
Right.
My brother, Danny, and his wife, they were just terrified that Mother wasn't going to get approved. Danny was crying, and he said, Donna, what we'll do if she don't get on it. And he was doubting, and they're strong Christians. And I said, Danny, I'm trusting God, I'm standing on His word.
Right.
Because God says, and I even text you about that, I'm standing on the word that God will do what He says He'll do. That's a need, and He says He'll provide our needs, and I'm not going to doubt that. He's going to take care of this. I told Dale that. And I wouldn't move from that. They called me. I called them a couple of days ago. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. And I asked them, do you have any idea if Mother's going to be approved for Medicare or Medicaid? She said, yes, she's been approved.
Praise the Lord.
That was a miracle, people, I'm telling you. You may not think it was, but it was, because that lady was sure she wouldn't make it on the fourth one.
Right.
When that lady told me that on the phone, and I'd already been reading my Bible and praying and
Right.
was already very emotional, and I literally said, thank you, God, thank you.
Right.
And then I raised my hand up and I said,
Right.
praise Jesus, thank you, thank you,
Right.
thank you. Because He knew we couldn't do it.
Right. Exactly.
He knew we couldn't.
He knows every detail.
And He gave that to us. He did that for us. And that lady didn't know what to say. I don't think she was Christian.
Yeah.
And I told her I was sorry that I got so emotional. And she said, well, that's okay.
Right.
So I said this to say, if you know in your heart if you've drifted from Jesus,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And it could just be not read the Bible as much as you were before. And if you're not reading it like you should, you need to. Because that's the only thing that's going to get you through problems.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that's going to get you through the day.
Right.
My days do not go as well if I don't have Jesus first.
Exactly.
And I had to share this and make it public
Thank you.
because God told me to.
Right. Thank you.
And I love this church, and I love Patsy and Arnold. They go an extra mile for us all the time.
Thank you. God bless you. No, appreciate that.
And I just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Praise the Lord.